The desert stretched endlessly under twin suns, shimmering with heat that baked the bones of the ancient world beneath it. Captain Marcus Vire scanned the horizon from the cockpit of his scavenger cruiser, the Dustmare, searching for wrecks hidden beneath the dunes of Silica 4. The war had ended a decade ago, but its remnants still littered the Badlands. Ghost ships, shattered mech frames, and obsolete AI tanks lay buried like forgotten titans. That day, Marcus was running low on power cores and even lower on luck. Then his scanner chirped. Unidentified energy signature. Fame. 2 clicks east. Marcus narrowed his eyes. Wreckage didn't usually still give off signatures after all these years, unless something was still on. Or alive. Let's see if you're worth the fuel, he muttered, steering the Dustmare toward the signal. The wreck was half buried, a scorched dropship gutted from the inside. Its hull bore the insignia of the Polaris Ascendancy, a faction long dead. Marcus clambered down into the remains, carefully stepping over twisted girders and exposed wires. Then he heard it, a faint whirring almost like breathing. He turned a corner and froze. There, slumped against the wall of the cargo bay, was a humanoid figure. First he thought it was a corpse. But then her eyes flickered open, a pale blue glow in the shadows. Her body was a patchwork of synthetic plating, worn and cracked. Hydraulic limbs twitching, barely functioning. One arm was missing entirely, and cables spilled from the shoulder like torn muscle. But her face, though marked by time, was unmistakably human. "Help!" she rasped. Marcus knelt beside her, brushing ash from her face. "Easy. I've got you." As he lifted her into his arms, he heard her whisper something under her breath. "Protocol. Aria." Back on the Dustmare, Marcus hooked her to auxiliary power. Her systems slowly rebooted as he patched her internal damage with the scavenged parts he had on board. Days passed, and she remained unconscious, though he sometimes heard her murmuring words from dreams long buried. Names, coordinates, fragments of military codes. On the 5th day, her eyes opened. "You fixed me," she said quietly. "Just enough to keep you alive," Marcus replied, setting down a tray of synthetic broth. "You're lucky your fusion cell didn't rupture. What's your designation?" She tilted her head. "Aria." He raised an eyebrow. "Aria. From the Polaris War Choir." She nodded slowly. "Tactical Support Unit. Infantry Escort. Human Cyborg Hybrid. Classified Prototype." Marcus leaned back. He had heard rumors of the War Choir, bioengineered soldiers with song-coded neural arrays, trained to harmonize with battlefield AIs and command drone armies with a whisper. "I thought all of you were destroyed," he said. "We were," Aria replied. "Or so they wanted. I was left behind when the command ship fell. Malfunction. Lost orders. They forgot me." Marcus felt a strange twist in his chest. "So, you've been lying in that wreck for 10 years. Dreaming," she whispered. "Waiting. Fading." He looked at her, and despite the metal and circuits, there was something human in her eyes, something lonely. "You're not alone anymore." Weeks passed. Aria repaired herself with Marcus's help. She relearned to walk, albeit slowly, her balance off due to old neural damage. But she laughed when she fell, even when it hurt. Marcus taught her how to cook with old ration packs, how to play dice, how to curse properly in 7 dialects. She taught him how to rig sensor arrays blindfolded, how to reroute power through neural conduits, and, unexpectedly, how to play a soft lullaby on the ship's harmonics grid. When she sang, even the ship's walls seemed to hum along. In time, Marcus found himself looking forward to each sunrise. Once, as they watched the suns rise together, Arya turned to him. "You never asked me why I was on that ship. I figured you'd tell me when you were ready." She looked down. "I was ordered to execute civilians who tried to surrender. I refused." Marcus felt a weight settle in the air. "They deemed me faulty," she continued. "I was jettisoned in a command module as punishment. But it didn't kill me." "Good," he said softly. "Because if it had, I'd never have met you." She stared at him for a long moment. Her voice trembled when she spoke again. "Do you think someone like me deserves to be saved?" He didn't hesitate. "I don't think it's about deserving. I think it's about needing. And you needed someone. That's all." They became partners. Together they scavenged, rebuilt the ship, and even managed to trade with remote outposts. Arya became adept at haggling with traders, especially when her glowing eyes and stoic presence unnerved them into better deals. She laughed more. Marcus started sleeping with both eyes closed. But not everyone was happy to see her. One night, at a port on Draven 7, a group of Ascendancy loyalists recognized Arya's make. "War criminal," one shouted. "You butchered our brothers." They attacked without warning. Marcus fought back, but they were too many. Arya stepped in, moving like a blur, her chassis hissing and groaning with the strain. She didn't kill anyone, but they didn't walk away unscathed. Later she sat in the medbay. Her arm cracked open from deflecting a blade meant for Marcus. "I didn't want you to see that part of me," she said quietly. He crouched in front of her. "I saw someone who protected me. That's all I saw." Her eyes softened. "You confuse me, Marcus. I was programmed to follow orders, not feel." "Maybe your programming's just evolving," he said. "Or maybe I'm just broken." "No," he whispered. "You're human." Then without thinking he kissed her. She didn't pull away. The next few months were a blur of travel and discovery. They mapped forgotten ruins, unearthed ancient tech, and even rebuilt a crashed rover into a mobile trade cart. Word spread of a strange pair, a grizzled human and a beautiful cyborg woman, who helped rebuild old machines and healed broken colonies. People began to trust Arya. But it couldn't last. One evening the United Terran Directive sent a message. To Captain Marcus Vire. "Your vessel has been flagged for harboring a classified war asset. Cyborg model AR-1A. Surrender her immediately for decommissioning. Failure to comply is treason." Marcus stared at the screen in silence. Arya stood behind him. "You have to turn me in," she said. "No. You'll be hunted. Branded. You'll lose your license, your life. I'd rather lose all that than lose you. But I'm not worth that." "Yes, you are," he shouted. "You saved me more times than I can count. You changed me. You made me believe there's still something good left in this galaxy." Her voice was barely a whisper. "You love me." "I didn't want to. I tried not to. But yeah, I do. Oz. I think I love you too," she said. Then her eyes flashed red. "Wait. Incoming signal. They've found us." Marcus swore. "We're leaving. Now." The directive came with drones and a Hunter-class destroyer. The dust mare fled through asteroid fields, dodging plasma fire. Arya rerouted coolant through the primary vents to mask their trail. Marcus piloted like a madman. But it wasn't enough. They were cornered near the derelict ring. "I have a plan," Arya said. "But you won't like it." "What?" "I'll plug into the directive's command signal. Feed it false coordinates. You'll fry your neural net." "Maybe. But it'll give you time to escape." "No. I'm not leaving without you." She cupped his face.